Welcome to Dr. Jester Rants, and I'm gonna rant about this black Trump supporter fatally shot outside his Milwaukee business out of suspect release. Milwaukee, a city police in Milwaukee search for a person responsible for fatally shooting a black Trump supporter outside of his business. Officials say the community needs to know if the crime was politically motivated. Bernard Ras Trammell, 59, was often seen wielding large handwritten signs with his personal belief in big bold letters. This sign supported George Floyd police reform and President Donald Trump. He ran Expression Journal, a small publication where he created his signs and publishing. Neighbors say Trammell was sitting in a lawn chair outside the business July 23rd when he was fatally shot in broad daylight. Saturday, his friends gathered to create a memorial. I'm willing to bet that maybe, quite likely, as in there's more than a 50% chance that this was indeed politically motivated. Mostly because the ctrl-left is so fucking unhinged, so fucking insane, so fucking tolerant, that they see anyone who disagrees with them as fair targets, as non-humans. They have completely lost the plot. We can see that on Antifa and Black Blocs and even more on, well, in general violence, like in BLM. We have seen how they've been acting. That's not to say that it's all of them. Once again, I'm specifically mentioning ctrl-left, that there is a part of the left that is, well, being hostage by the tiny minority that is very loud, very crazy, and very violent. Obviously, we might actually be better than them because we don't advocate violence. We advocate talking. We advocate exchanging ideas, expressions. And that's why I'm always against the violence. That's why if you're gonna engage someone from the ctrl-left, always, I know it's easier said than done. Mostly easier said than done. Because even I have sometimes difficulty in trying to avoid insulting them. But try to keep the insults low or don't insult them. I always try to be reasonable. Always try to connect with them. Always show, oh look, this and this proves that what you just said is wrong. This and that. And then you show the citation and evidence. They most likely are going to do like the anti-vaxxers. They will, obviously, without any questions, complain about the sources. They are gonna complain that there's something wrong with the sources. They will poison the well. They'll muddy things. They'll shoot the messenger. They'll do everything. But at least you're doing your part. You're informing them. But the most important bit is that you are going to show to the fence-sitters or the people who are unsure about each side, who are reading what you say or listening in, that your calm manner, your logical approach is the preferable and civilized way than the screeching and yelling and other things. Remember that you are a human person and the other person is also a human being, despite being completely and fucking crazy. Remember that. Back to the news. Neighbors say Trammell was... Oh, okay. Already read that. Yeah, it feels definitely mostly... It feels. I'm not confirming. The police doesn't seem to know yet. And I'm simply stating my opinion that there is a possibility that at least 50% or more that this may actually be politically motivated. He had a right to have his voice, and he was so strong to do it alone, said Pia Lombardi, a friend of more than 20 years. I would hope that people think that this is a senseless murder and a good man died here for no reason. We lost a man who cared about people, even if they were different than him. He is a better person without a single shadow of a doubt than the killer, and without even questioning than the random Antifa murdering people, beating people, or those who keep blinding cops with lasers or releasing bombs or IEDs. He is without a fucking doubt, better than they are. But another curious thing is that it seems that not all Black Lives Matter. Not at all. It seems that only some Black Lives Matter, and we can see with the complete and total lack of outrage in regards to his death. There is not even a single tiny little protest in support of him. And that's, I don't know, that disturbs me a little, because this means that BLM as an organization it's much worse than I thought. It seems that besides being Marxists, which they have already shown support for socialism and communism, they are also anti-Semites. And that's another thing. They are practically, both the neo-Nazis, the people who actually fought the neo-Nazis, the Nazis in World War II, before the World War II, my apologies, the ones that made the Nazis go into power. I think it were brown shirts, no? I forgot. The Antifa, they're still intolerant, they're still communists, they're acting exactly like them. This is just absolutely wrong. Look, he had an opinion that was against the narrative of the control left. That is no reason to murder anyone. That is, accordingly, if this was politically motivated. Because it looks like it. I'm not saying it is, not even the police knows, but there is a possibility much higher than 50% that this was politically motivated. Moving on. Police are looking for a suspect in the shooting, described as a man believed to be in his 30s. He was last seen riding a black bicycle while wearing a white and red baseball cap, a black mask, and a black and red long-sleeve shirt. There is not a known motive for the shooting at this point. No, it's not a MAGA hat, you fucking retard. Milwaukee police are seeking the public assistance in identifying the suspect wanted for homicide that occurred in the 900 block of East Wright Street on Thursday, July 23, 2020 at about 12:30 p.m. The victim of this incident was identified as 66-year-old Milwaukee man Bernard Trammell. Witnesses described the suspect as being a male in his 36, 6 feet, 200 pounds, last seen wearing a white and red baseball cap, a black mask covering the lower portion of his face, okay, I'm not clicking. Officials including Republican Senator Ron Johnson and Andrew Head, the chairman of the Republican Party of Wisconsin, expressed the need for justice for Trammell's family in the days following his death. It said in a statement that the community also needs to know if the shooting was politically motivated. Anyone with information about the shooting or suspect is asked to contact the police. There is indeed a very high possibility that he was indeed politically motivated because he supports Trump, and according to the control left, anyone who supports Trump is a Nazi and deserves to be punished physically, mentally, or even socially, which means cancellation, losing jobs, getting your family attacked, losing your income, and losing your ability to speak, accounts cancelled, banks cancelled, all that stuff. So there is a very, very high chance that this is politically motivated, because the control left, as I've said before, and I will always keep saying, are completely unfucking unhinged. They are insane. Obviously, they can always come back with a bit of logic and sense. That is, if they listen. If not, keep hammering that sense and that logic. Eventually, it will go through. But ever, ever, ever ever go violent, ever dox someone, or ever cancel them. Ever. Don't ever lower yourself to their level. Ever. Thank you for watching. See you on my next video. Good night.